morning. That's what I tell David sometimes. He's like, how's it going, Slicky Chicky? He's crazy. Anyway, it is time for another Tag Tuesday. And we know who does them. It's Tracey over at Trials of a Long Hair Girl, and we do appreciate it, Tracey. She works a full-time job and has a family, so it's a I don't want to say a job because she enjoys it, but it takes her time, and we appreciate you taking your time to do these. So these are, and let me read it right, random restaurant food choices before and after questions, and this is before and after Weight Watchers. So the first one, restaurant eggs. How would you order your restaurant eggs before and after? The same way. If it's on a plate with some grits, then I want it over medium because I want the egg yolk running into them grits. If I have pancakes, I want them scrambled because I want that syrup running over on my scrambled eggs. It's very rare you find a restaurant that will give you pancakes on the same plate, so that's usually just a home thing, which it was this morning. I had some of my waffles that I prepped with some scrambled eggs. So, same way. Fish. There's going to be a theme here, I believe. Same way. Where do I live? I live in the South. What do we eat in the South? Fried fish. Listen, I growed up with fishermen. We went to the beach. Mama and Papa. My other mama was Papa. He was Papa. We would go to the beach and they would get out on the pier and just fish and fish and fish. And that's when he first taught me to use his old bait cast. I can't remember what he called that thing. It was just, it was like a stick. I'm trying to remember what he called it. Now I'm sitting here. And it was a red painted reel. And he taught me how to use that off the pier when I was just young. Now, I really like to use the, whatever they call them, the other kind. But anyway, I digress. But we growed up having fish in the freezer that was caught, not from the store. It was from the beach. It was from the lake. And we growed up having fish fries. I'm going to tell you what. My first husband, I've told y'all before, he was a fisherman and a hunter. And we had fish always in the freezer. There was never, ever a time that there was not fish in my freezer. We ate more fish than we did anything else because we had so much of it, and it was, free other than the bait and gas for the boat, or not even that. Before we got a boat, it was just sitting on the bank. But we would have fish fries back then, and I would do what Mama would call putting on the dog. Boy, I would put on the dog. I'm telling you what, I can fry some fish. Fast forward to after Weight Watchers, and that's what I still order when we get fish. I don't know that I have ever, honestly, if I recall, ever ordered any kind of fish at a restaurant that wasn't fried. I've baked it at home. I don't prefer it, but the thing is, what has changed is we rarely get it. When before, it was nothing to get a fish plate once a week. It was nothing to it. Now, it's every couple months. And my go-to now is fried catfish strips, salt and peppered. Whew. Listen, I have told y'all this story before. I hate telling stories about my first husband, but you know what? It's part of my life. It's part of my experience. So it's no shade against my current husband. Anyway, there was this little hole in the wall fish camp. Just one of these little old rooms with the little square tables. I can see it in my mind's eye right now. And the old plastic tablecloths on them, flannel back. You know the ones I'm talking about. Well, that's where we would go get our catfish. But we wanted the whole catfish. The kind you just gnaw off the bone like corn on the cob. Well, we would order them the smallest they had. We would say, just give us the smallest ones you got, because those are the better ones. Those are the tastier meat. Well, we would have a plate for our bones, and I'm gonna tell you, you've seen them cartoons where them cats eat the fish and they throw that they throw that bone, and then they got a big old pile of fish bones. we would have a big old pile of fish bones on that plate, and she would come take that plate and give us another plate. But you know what? In our defense, yes, we did eat a lot, but on a little old catfish, they ain't hardly no meat. If you've ever eaten a whole fried catfish, you know they ain't hardly no meat on it. So it takes a lot just to get a good portion. So anyway, good times, good times. I could go for some good old whole fried catfish right now. I was looking to see who that was. I don't know him. Okay, number 3, drink of choice. Before was sweet tea. Sweet tea, 100%. Very rarely would I ever get a drink. I think that's because growing up, y'all remember when you couldn't get refills on drinks, just on tea or water? If you got a Coke or something, you couldn't get no refill, so we didn't get it because we would be thirsty and we might go get no second one. They wasn't going to give us no, Mama wasn't going to give us no second drink. Couldn't afford it. So I grew up drinking tea. Sweet, sweet tea. Mama's tea was so sweet you could stand a spoon up it. In my later years, it got pretty rough. But now it's unsweet tea or water. 9 times out of 10 it's water, just because I'm cheap. I don't want to pay for tea. I have said before, I think they're going to take my Southern card away because I took the sugar out of my tea. But that's my taste now. Since I took sugar out of my coffee, I can't drink sweet coffee other than, like, you know, my creamers, like the pumpkin spice creamer. But I can't put much in there because then it gets too sweet. So yeah, just unsweet tea or water. Biscuit or toast? Well, this is an either or. Before was biscuit all the time. I was like, I can have toast at home. I am one of these people, when I go to a restaurant, I don't like to go and eat stuff I can get at home, because I always like my stuff I always like my stuff better. Not that I'm the best cook in the world, but I still say my before Weight Watchers cooking was 100 times better than my after Weight Watchers cooking, because just because. So after, now I get toast. Very rarely do I ever have a biscuit. Very rarely. And if I can remember, I'll tell them dry. And we hardly ever go out to breakfast anymore. Really, about one time a year, no joke, on my birthday to Denny's, we hardly go inside any restaurants. And not because of COVID, just because, listen, I am sweating and my glasses are starting to fog up. It's dreary out here today, which I like, but it is muggy. Whew. Okay, hold on a minute. Whew. I'm having a spell. Very rarely. Was it biscuits? Was we on biscuits? Yes, we was on biscuits or toast. I will. I was saying we don't hardly ever go out no more, because I have a hard time sitting in the hard chairs, and so we quit going out to a restaurant way a long time before COVID ever hit. And then when we eat out now, we just get it and bring it home. And sometimes it's every week, and sometimes I cook. It just depends. And the last one is gravy with your meal. Well, if it's a gravy meal, if it's something that comes with gravy, naturally, if its natural habitat is inside a big pile, I'll have to take that little beepy down. Then yeah, steak and gravy, yep. Mashed potatoes and gravy, yep. Whatever else comes with gravy, then I'll have it. But I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't eat gravy if it's meant to be. So, okay, that was short and sweet and to the point. So thanks again, Miss Tracey. Now I'm going to tag B over at B's Journey, and Danielle over at Danielle Nichole. So y'all need to go check them girls out. Give them some love, as John would say. Show them some love. And let's see. Oh, I'm going for another SI injection today, so I'll let you know if that helps, which it won't. But he likes to do 3 of them, and this is number 2. So, still waiting for them to call me about my MRI. You know what? I'm fixing to go in there right now and call them and see what the holdup is. So, okay. Well, thank you, and I'll see you on my next video.